right, good afternoon. Nothing new to speak of. It's a tough fought game, and our guys came out, the victory. Those guys over there for the Jets, they played hard. They had a lot to play for, just like we did. And so, we pulled it out. I was proud of our guys.
What jumped out?
You had strung together some kind of dominant wins before that. So to get one where you're not at your best, what's that do for you going forward, where the guys understand you're capable of that?
Yeah, look, every time you win a close game, you learn how to in those moments, man. I mentioned this last night, but to be able to be very disciplined in those moments, that's what the winning teams do. That's what players that can produce in high stress situations do. And we were able to do that, even though there was bits and pieces of that game that weren't up to our standards, man. When we needed it, we made those plays. So. Look, I would tell you this, and I told the team, the last 2 weeks, I would have told you Jacksonville and the Jets is going to come down the last 2 minutes. Minnesota, Jacksonville, Minnesota is going to come down the last 2 minutes. It didn't, but you would anticipate that. That's just the nature of the league and the way it goes. So, we didn't get in those situations. We found different ways to win, and now you get into more of what really this league's about, and we found a way to win. So those will always serve you well.
You obviously wanted to clean up. When you threw on the tape today, maybe offensively and defensively, what was something that jumped out that you really want to take care of heading into Carolina?
Yeah, well, look, offensively, there was a couple of things in there, just us targeting, believe it or not, just, exactly identifying that we're all on the same page as to where we're going, because we say it all the time here, even if you're wrong, then we're all wrong. And as long as we're all wrong, then we're all right. And so we had a couple of where I think you're going there, I'm supposed to go in here, or you going there. I'm not, stuff that we haven't really done the last few weeks. That should be things that should be behind us. So just a couple of things. Now, to the Jets' credit, they disguised a lot of things. They did they did a few things very well. It's also one with their very good defense, but that's no excuse for us. So just some of those things. We had a couple of drops that showed up. Those hurt us. And then defensively is just giving away the chunk plays, The chunk plays hurt. We shut down the run game. But, when we get in those moments, we have the ability to an opportunity to make a play on a ball in the air. We just got to make those.
Keep talking about the players gaining confidence as these wins pile up, but does that hold true for the coaches too? And if so, how?
Well, I think it all goes hand in hand, because I think collectively we all learn. We all learn together. You learn who you can depend on. You learn are you asking the right guys to do the right things in critical moments? And in turn, they trust you. So I think it's all encompassing. You really are all in it together. And I think as you grow, you begin to just, you gain trust in each other. Trust's a big thing in this game. It is anywhere. It doesn't matter what you're in, right? Anything in life, but football, it's everything for us. So I think just to have that confidence and trust is big.
It's been 10 quarters since you guys have given up a sack. We talked earlier this year about maybe Goff being contributing to some of those, but just his improved pocket presence, the play of the offensive line. Maybe just speak to how those two things have come together and playing really well on that front right now.
Well, you kind of already said it. It's our O-line is doing a really good job. Really good job. We got some really good players up there. Our two tackles and Jonah and Frank's out there battling. Like he does every week. And so they're giving our guy a chance. And when he sits back there and just plays with rhythm and stays on that back foot and is ready to throw, we're pretty good. But there's so much that goes into it too. There's an emphasis on our receivers. They got to outrun the D-line. They got to get into their routes faster than the D-line, get to the quarterback. That's part of what we talk about. So, but listen, when you block the way they're blocking up front and you give our guy a chance to see it, we're pretty potent on offense.
What do you say about this run, Anzalone's on. Seems like he's really playing his best ball right now since he's been here.
Yeah, I said this numerous times, but last year was the best I'd ever seen him. In all the years that we had him in New Orleans, that was the best that I'd seen him play. And this year is even better. He's playing at a high level. He's the quarterback of our defense. He's versatile. He's a really good athlete. He's smart. He knows exactly what AG's looking for. He knows the situations that come up. He gets everything in order, and he's another guy, man. He's a big locker room guy, man. The guys love him, and they know he'd do anything for him. So he's playing at a high level, and I'm glad we got him.
Dan, you've gone against some really good teams in this. I mean, a win is a win, but you've really handled some pretty good teams in this stretch. What does that mean to you as a team?
Look, just to get another win, the good teams. But I don't care who you're playing, man. To win in this league is a good thing. I don't care who it is. So we found a way to win. We got to win on the road again, and every good team I've ever been a part of. You do a couple of things. Not normally, you do. You win multiple games at multiple points in a season, which we've done. We won 3 in a row 2 different times, and you win on the road, which we're figuring out how to win on the road. So, and that's not by accident. Our guys are playing good football right now.
Rookies really aren't rookies anymore. What have you seen the biggest progression with Aiden up to this point from where he was maybe first month, 2 of the season to just how he's playing right now? What did you like most about that progression?
Well, I think the progression is just overall as the football player in this league. Because that's really what he is. He's a pass rusher. He can pass rush. He's a run defender. Man, he's a run defender. He can drop into coverage. He's a football player. He is versatile. And he's got a knack for run, action, pass. When they're doing it, he understands. He can kind of sniff those things out. He understands and has a few things in his repertoire as it pertains to rushing the quarterback. He plays stout on the edge in the run game. He finishes. He's high motor. He's got a knack for trying to punch at balls, footballs that is. So he does everything. I mean, he does, and that to me, it's not just one thing. It's the totality of it. He does everything, and has gotten that much better. And really, you could say that about all those rookies. Rodrigo does it. Kirby. It's really all of them.
You have a date on Deshaun, and then if it is something that's a little bit longer term, what's your confidence level in CJ to backfill that role?
Yeah, don't entirely know. We're getting studies on him right now. I know he was a little tender. The shoulder hurt a little bit, but we'll know a lot more this afternoon. And certainly CJ's done. He's served in that role, and we'll look at him. We still have Iffy as well, and it'll be the combination of who gives us the best opportunity defensively, but also special teams and the team in general. Let's put our guys in a position that are going to help us as a team the most. So we got a couple of options as we move forward.
Is it tough to think about playing Iffy and Kirby just with the communication required at that spot? I mean, you almost need a vet voice back there.
Yeah, look, it is. It is. I mean, you go into all those things. I mean, we're at the point now, and really we've been there, but we're looking for. We need dependability. We need dependability, and we need our football players, man. We don't need speed. We don't need quicks. We need football players. We need dependable football players right now with 3 to go. So that's what's got to be most important. And whoever those guys are, those are the guys who are going to play for us.
You mentioned winning on the road. You guys have won 3 straight on the road. A couple big ones still coming up. So what's been the key to winning on the road? How is that different than winning at home?
I don't know. Look, I think I go back to the hardest thing for the offense is just, being able to function in silent cadence. It's easy to say man, if you're really disciplined on what you do, and you get an environment and the crowd noise and the momentum, usually that'll shift to the home team at some point. But if you're very disciplined, you can work your way back out of it. And I think we've done a good job of that. We don't let the momentum go so far the other way. We can't swing it back in our favor. And I just, there again, man, in the some of the most critical moments, we're making the play. We're making the play to finish it out instead of doing the other way that ends up costing us.
You talked about the team you talked about the team playing a little bit nervous at the half. Is that something you'll talk to them about moving forward here as the team has 3 critical games and not letting the moment get too big for them?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I addressed it at halftime, and so they understand. They know that. I don't feel like I need to beat that one over the head. They get it, and it's been acknowledged, and now it's, listen, I think we have a pretty good idea who we are, where we're at, and I think more than anything, it's about, look, we've got some guys in this locker room that have won now. I mean, we do, Alex has won, Jamal's won, Brockers has won, Leafs won, and then we got a whole slew of young guys, that don't really know. They don't know any better, and that's kind of a good thing, honestly. They're new to the league, or they don't really know what this is all about, so they're just kind of, hey, you tell me what it's all about. I'm just going to go, though. And so as long as we just keep them focused on their job at hand, working like we have, we got to have a good game plan. They got to understand what the game plan's about, who we're trying to, what are we defending, what are we offensively, what are we attacking, who are we attacking, just like we have every week. And then we got to do the little things, man. We can't turn the ball over, right? We need another takeaway, which we got another one. It was huge. Jerry's takeaway was big. And then the little thing that crept up yesterday was the penalties. Man, we can't let those in, But if we continue to do that, we'll be tough to beat.